Yes, Jay Coper. I am originally born and raised in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And if you tell people that, they'll immediately say something like, "Oh, here, let's see if it works on Larry." Hey, Larry, I'm from Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Where the hell is Crystal Lake, Illinois?
Ah, no, that doesn't work.
Oh, I thought that's what you were setting up
Larry
for.
is not a movie guy, so he doesn't know about Camp Crystal Lake, which was made famous by the motion picture Friday the 13th.
I do know about Camp Crystal Lake because Cheeseball81 was playing Friday the 13th before, and every time she
Oh,
pulled up the
really?
map, yeah, it's at Crystal Lake.
Yeah, that game is, you shouldn't play that game.
I wasn't playing that game.
That game is dumb. Have I
Buzz
ever been to
Thunder,
Woodstock
folks.
for Groundhog? Yes, the film Groundhog Day was actually filmed in Woodstock, Illinois, which is about a 20-minute drive north of Crystal Lake. Um, and that was kind of a big deal. Well, not really, but just people were like, "Yeah, they're making a movie up there," you know. I mean, but I was too young to know who Harold Ramis was at the time, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Woodstock a bunch. I played a bunch of open mics in that. God, what was that bar down there? That was fun.
He was in a Weezer cover band called Our Name Is Jonas.
This is actually a band that came a lot later on. We were a joke band, and we were called the Fraternity.
I love doing the fraternity.
Oh man, you would. I don't know if you would love the Fraternity or not, but the Fraternity is a great band.
Oh, both runners are almost ready, by the way, and refresh if you haven't.
I will refresh.
I have 0 on the timer.
I'll press this F5 button.
Oh, errors going all changing dimensions on me. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, the
think
paternity.
Do I have errors wrong?
Error 72.
72. Okay, and then what's double A?
AmazingAmpharos1.
1. Okay. Well, that would make sense why I didn't see anything, too, because I had both of their names in there incorrectly. Hey, that works much better. Thanks, Larry.
Yay. No problem, pal.
Groundhog Day is great. That movie is very good. Very well done.
Okay, I'm getting trouble.
Yeah, Stripes is good. Groundhog Day is one of the... that was directed by Harold Ramis. He's actually in it. There's like a small scene where he goes to see, Bill Murray goes to see the doctor because he thinks he's crazy because he's reliving the same day, and Harold Ramis plays that doctor.
Error is just
The
fixing his
The
stream.
paternity? Is that what he said?
Yeah, the paternity.
No. The fraternity.
Oh, fraternity. I'm sorry. I had that wrong, Coach. That's on me. My bad.
Yeah, I think, Jake Over, because of that movie, they started doing that whole, they basically try to recreate that scene that they play in that film.
What was it, the Civil War reenactment?
No, it's, they take out the groundhog, and it's a groundhog thing.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Apparently groundhogs can tell the weather. I don't know where that whole thing came from, but it's really dumb.
Puxatawny Phil, whatever, in Pennsylvania. Both runners are ready now, so we
Yeah,
can...
that's what it was supposed to be, yeah. Oh, they readied up?
Yes, they are. Errors all done. He is readying up, and we have a race in about 10 seconds here, folks. So let's take a look at the starting area, Buzz, and then we'll explain the differences between tournament and master flags.
Sounds good.
All right, and I'll start the timer as soon as we see the runners begin.
Are we supposed to have serious time?
We can have a little serious time if you want.
Serious time for the Northern Castle.
See if both runners can make their way out. Error decides to go left. Oh, double A goes left as well. Error's through, and well done. All right. So we got a boulder blocking a cave. We'll explain the significance of that. We got our first town. What town is that, Buzz?
That is Rudo.
And Death Mountain really early on, and a palace. So there's a lot going on. We'll hesitate a little bit. That's Palace 4, by the way. And you may be wondering, why is Palace 4 there, and why is Medicine Cave dark? Well, I'm sorry, Buzz. Do you want to use your setup? Go ahead, use your setup.
Well, I'm wondering, Larry, as well as a few of our viewers might be wondering the same thing. What are master flags?
Master flags are a harder version of the game, predefined in one specific package. It includes a bunch of different things that the tournament flags do or don't have. One of them being, as you can see here, our runners do not start with a candle. The overworld...
Yes, it's very dark in that cave. Normally it's very bright.
Yeah. They will be able to see orange palette enemies, though, I believe, for the most part. Most of them. Palaces can swap continents, so as you've seen, we've seen Palace 4 already on the western continent. That can't happen. Well, yes, it can in these master flags. Shuffle encounters. You take an encounter on a grass tile. It could be a forest tile. And well, that's a good item right there, isn't it?
Yes, the glove is a very good item to find here.
And
to find anywhere, actually.
And both runners do pick that up, so let me mark that.
So yeah, we have a high five, and the runner is actually a high five by picking up the glove. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. We have our first whamboozle of the race, as Double A is unable to grab the glove.
Oh, we did not grab the glove, really? Sorry, I was looking for it on my sheet when that happened. Okay, encounters, as we see here. This is a graveyard encounter, and I don't know what tile he took this encounter on. Error. So, it was a graveyard encounter, so that could happen. Did he get the glove that time? He did, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nope. Well, he's back in there now.
No, he didn't.
No.
I don't know. Why did he leave?
I don't know. Road encounters are not safe, by the way. So if you spawn encounters and you duck to the road, there's a good chance that that road encounter will be shuffled along with the other encounters. It could be a desert tile or a grass encounter and stuff like that. One of the real hard things about this is you get those shuffle encounters, and the swamp on the eastern continent turns into a lava encounter. That could be detrimental if you don't have the cross or the spell or anything to make those easier to get out of. So
yeah, the lava encounter when you don't have a candle can be horrible.
Yeah. Palaces, they're swapped. We already talked about them. Great Palace is not shortened. I repeat.
And there is the glove for Double A. He up A's and gets out of there. Okay. He double up A's. Do we say it that way?
You can say it that way if you want. So, Great Palace is not shortened, and palaces are shuffled. Life refill amount is randomized. Attack, magic, and life effectiveness is randomized, where it's normally in tournament flags, it's only magic effectiveness and attack and life are normal. This is just all of them are randomized.
I can play horribly against you. I saw Double A doing a Master Seed the other day, and his life spell cost about 80 at magic level 4, I think, and it only healed 1 bar of health. So basically rendered the life spell useless.
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well cast Fairy to get around things at that point and not take it. Error just gets a whamboozle in Trophy Cave, and we find the front end of the Fairy Cave there. I haven't been keeping up on the caves because I'm still going through this list. Small and large enemies are mixed. You may be seeing areas where there should be bots, and you'll find Dyras. That is not fun.
Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, definitely not. And you can see that here as we have some slow going in the beginning with 1 game over from each player.
It could be good for XP if you can find a good spot for them, like a grass tile in the eastern continent where there are blue Lizalfos is stuck in the ground and stuff like that. Enemies that steal XP are shuffled. Enemy XP stolen is shuffled. So that's a little bit of a difference from the tournament flags. And palaces do not contain extra keys anymore. So
yeah, so a lot of potential for disaster here, but these are both pretty good runners here, so I don't think this is going to take much longer than a normal tournament seed for either of them.
No, we find one of the best items in the game early on for Error, and Double A is probably going to get there soon as well. The magic key in Trophy Cave.
He saw that Moa and he kind of stopped and panicked. Oh man, that is just not a fun trophy encounter there.
No, things flying in the air.
Yeah, you got a Moa and a Garaya throwing boomerangs at you when you're trying to jump over lava.
And by the way, the whole no extra keys has just been invalidated.
Yes, that's something that's going to speed this up a ton.
I played a seed before. With the trophy cave seems like the hardest one of these because it has the most jumps. But if things are in the air, you can't see them. But if someone's on the ground, you can kind of see their footsteps a little bit. And Moa's and I had this blue spider that I couldn't see, and it launched itself from the beginning of Trophy Cave to right about where Double A is now, and caused a lot of problems for me. Mixed small and large though, so it's just Nocturok guarding the key.
And in Heart Container Cave, we see Error finding a magic container.
Okay, I did not see that.
Okay, and look, Palace 1 is also in the east, so we have found 1 and 4.
Okay.
Sorry, in the west, 1 and 4. And it looks like Error is going right in.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, you can explore other stuff. You can still look for the magic container cave and the grass tile and, you know, maybe see if 3 or 6 is on and do a little bit of science with the nut knuckle and the statue. See if you can grind a few levels. But listen, one's here. You got the magic key, just go for it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going into 1 early. You most likely you're going to look for the item in there anyway, so it's not really going to lose you any time, and you'll probably just grab a couple of levels along the way.
And is it game over for Double A? No
Double
spells
A
for
gets
anybody, right?
Wamboozled.
There were no spells when I was trying to look things up. Right?
No, there was that one town we saw, and that was
Rudo.
Rudo,
Yeah.
and we do not have the trophy.
Buzz, what is the significance of that boulder in front of that cave?
Well, there is a cave that's easily identifiable. It's called the P-Bag Cave that has one of the smaller items in it. And that is one of the only non-item holding caves that can be blocked with a boulder because our pass-through caves cannot be blocked with that. So when you see that, that means it might be P-Bag Cave, but if it's not, if we see P-Bag Cave somewhere else, we know that there's an item that is hammer required.
Right. There can be 0 to 2 boulders blocking caves, and
what was that raft town that we just saw? You just peeked in there and left. So
I'm sorry.
It's
what town over? It was Mito.
It was by the raft the raft spot.
It was Mito.
Okay. And yeah, finding a couple towns here. Mito is the best town to find, but if you don't have jump spell and you don't have the medicine, you can't really do anything in there.
We found the two towns that you cannot get a spell for free to start the game.
So it's looking like we may have a Bagu requirement.
No, not at all.
No, it's definitely not looking like that at all.
No, because we haven't found either end of Saria.
I just wanted to have an opportunity to do something like that.
No. Double A takes life 2 there. Interesting. He was still 1-1-1, while Error is 3-2-2. The early game overs and such have caused a problem for Double A. And what was that item in 1?
The item in 1 is a hammer.
Okay.
So, with that rock spot, Error's probably going to go and check that as soon as he gets out of this palace, I would guess. Because it's a potential free item.
Yeah, so a few of the early problems here with no extra keys in palaces and seeing a cave that's blocked by a boulder instantly, just gone. Those troubles, this is not even there. We got an early hammer, early key, early glove. You know, Raft, Candleless, and Death Mountain is still a thing.
Yeah, that's really what you want to avoid. It's not the worst thing in the world, but Death Mountain is rough without a candle.
Double A is going to make his way a little bit slower here. I like to get these things to stack up behind me, and I know I've said that before. I've done a few of these race commentaries. I probably said it every single time. Get a few of those boulders to stack up behind you and move in your same direction, and it gets a bunch of stuff on the screen, and it despawns anything else that would appear.
Unless you're a complete pro at avoiding those, that's definitely worth your time, because if you die even once, standing there and waiting for them is going to end up saving you time.
So Double A will find the magic container now in Heart Container Cave.
Yeah, and Heart Container Cave looking a lot rougher with these small and large enemies being mixed.
Yeah, there are some places where it can really hurt you for that, like Red Dyra's, excuse me, in a low clearance area. And there are some places where it really helps you, like the fairy room in Great Palace, where it turns all the bots and the mews and ropes into Fockers, and they just walk into the lava instantly. So there's pros and cons about it.
Yeah, I love it when you find a blue iron knuckle standing at a lava pit and you can just walk towards him and he just falls into the lava. It's like it's just it's so nice to do that to those blue guys.
And Double A does find one here. He's beeping and he's gonna go through. He's gonna cling on to that 123 out of 130 experience here.
Yeah, he might just want to get that 130 level, take it, and up A.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just a little bit of a glitch on his side. I thought he froze.
Oh,
So yeah, we're almost. I mean, they've taken almost the exact same path. They have all the same items except for Double A needs to get the hammer out of 1 here. So.
I did mark the hammer for error, right? Yeah. He does want to attack 2.
And there is a. I guess we're gonna call that the disintegrating high five there.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place to high five.
Yeah, I only call it a high five if they're walking past each other in opposite directions, you know? Yeah, dangerous place to high five, that's for sure.
And Error has the Horsehead fight here, so he'll be done with Palace 1 here.
Horsehead looking very weak at attack 3, only takes him about 5 hits.
310 is not attack 4, though. See what Error does. If he just places the gem, takes whatever. He only has magic 2, life 2, so he can just place the crystal and take whatever, and still be okay without a problem for future leveling. And that's what he does. See if he holds on to the 310 or if he decides to just take whatever it is.
Looks like he's paused his emulator.
Well, yeah, when you put that in the background, emulators, unless you specifically tell it not to, it pauses the game. It pauses the whole ROM. So he's probably clicking on a spreadsheet or something to make a note.
Ah, yeah, that's another disadvantage, to slow him down a little bit. Getting used to the new interface. He's going to stick with that 310.
Oh, no, he used it. He took magic 3.
Never mind. Yeah, so personally I would have up 8 and gone back to that rock spot, but apparently he has other ideas.
We have not seen P-Bag Cave, I believe. Magic Container Cave and...
No, I did not see P-Bag Cave either. Yes, Magic Container Cave and the grass spot are the open options.
There's P-Bag Cave.
And all of our towns, yeah. So we know there is definitely an item behind that, and it's going to be the Magic Container Cave. Behind that rock near start.
So I agree with what Error is doing here. Don't up A and go back to get that. You still have 2 towns or 3 town tiles, really, to find with the other entrance to Saria as well. The grass spot, why go back to 1? You can go back to that 1 at any time. You're out here now, finish exploring the area, and see if you can get to it.
Yeah, that's another part of that decision-making process, how close you are in the vicinity to an up A, but there we go.
Well, he took a game over, so now he's forced back there,
forced into the up A. Oh, that's the wrong one, sorry.
And now the hammer for Double A.
Alright, so now we're even on items.
Yep, and just 1 gem separating them, and Double A is going to get that done relatively soon here. See what Error does in this time. He finds Magic Container Cave.
Pretty good chance that the raft is going to be here.
Well, it still could be in a lot of places.
Yeah, I just think it's a good chance. It seems favorable to me.
25%, I think. No.
Yeah, those are good odds.
20%. Now it's 0% because that's the trophy.
All right. Well, that'll force him to go right to Rudo. So he should probably just up A here. No, guess not.
Remember, there still could be a palace too on this side. I was told, and somebody needs to confirm this, that in a shuffle continent situation, the raft could be in Palace 4. Can somebody confirm or deny that? I never knew one way or another if that was true or not.
I was just about to ask you if the same rules apply as far as the glove can't be in 3 or 6, even though they're both on a different
Yeah,
continent.
glove can't be 3 or 6, but the difference with the glove is the raft can only be on the western continent. So
Oh,
if the
so
other
can
one,
it
raft
only
can
be
be
in
in
the...
4, Jay Coper says. So yeah. So there's the back end. We did see the back end. Sorry, I had it checked off already. So not only can the raft be in either spot in Death Mountain or the grass tile, but it can be in 4 and whatever the third palace is as well. If it's, there's a chance it could be in there as well.
Okay, so item properties are not determined based on where they should be, but where they are.
Where they could be based on the rules of the game, yeah. Western continent, yeah, stuff like that. Trophy, okay. Ever got the trophy? I
And
already
we're
marked
about
it.
to cash it in to see our first spell of the game.
And this is
60
where
minutes
chat
in with
says
no
fire.
spell is kind of rare.
All right. So it's jump. We can get down stab. It's not the biggest of deals.
Yeah, I would head straight to Mido.
Double A up aid there. I don't know if he went through, got it to a dead end key because I was looking for the spell, but finds a horse head pretty quick. He might have went deeper and got a key, dead end, and up aid.
Yeah, I think he already knew where Horsehead was, so he knew he was going to hit that threshold either way, so just come on back.
But he's in a situation where he has no XP right now. And 310 was Magic 3. We're in Death Mountain, by the way. Candleless Death Mountain. For those who've never done Death Mountain Candleless, you have to pay attention to identify the Hammer Cave. But
that was very nice. And what do we have there, Larry?
I believe that was the wooden floatable device that you get across the ocean with.
Yes, some people call it a raft.
Oh, okay.
But that makes having the hammer even better, especially with that rock spot being right there.
Mm-hmm.
So very easily accessible. But again, not where people tend to go into and look around. So we'll see if Double A is going to stumble upon it as easily as Error did.
Double A can now go through Saria and get the spell in Saria and see where it heads. Error is going to go on the eastern continent here. Let's see.
Yeah, no spells available in the east, really. At least not readily available, so you might as well sail.
This is 3 or 6. We won't know until he goes in it. Do a little science here on the Nut Knuckle, and it's 150. It's decent. Second best XP you can get from him. But
It looks like, no, doesn't want to take advantage.
Well, you have to go through a cave or have the boots if you want to get anywhere on this, other than that Palace 3 or 6. That Bagoo's meaner.
That's fun.
Jesus.
I like that, the east, when it kind of just forces you into a cave. Like last night, I had all 4 caves were required in my seed.
There's your ex-wife blocking the road.
Yeah, that's what she does. She just stands in front of the doorway. She's like, "Where are you going?"
Why is
You're
your
not going
ex-wife
anywhere.
blocking the doorway and in your house? Does your current wife know that?
Oh no, I'm just saying that's what she did when she was my wife.
Candleless lava tile encounter.
Yeah, this is tons of fun.
Where was it?
no-
What was it on though?
Jeez.
So the forest tiles are just not fun at all. There's another magic container for Error. Falraru. Bowl on your head, lady. I don't know. We're still working on
Yeah,
that.
I call her Bull Broad.
Reflect.
Oh, Jay Coper thinks he has a better Bagoo emote than I do.
That Bagoo's a lot meaner, man. I would avoid that guy at all costs on the street. More exploration here. I mean, you got to stay away from those forest tiles if you have a
Oh, yeah.
chance.
Did you say Reflect in Raru?
Yes. We have Thunder Town, the abandoned town of Kasuto. Free spell.
Yeah,
And
old men just
Thunder.
love basements. Even if the town was burned down, they still are hanging out in those basements.
Well, it's got good Wi-Fi, I heard.
yeah. So, Thunderspell.
and trophy for AA.
Is Thunderbird required, Larry?
Yes.
Okay. So you do need Thunderspell.
Mm-hmm. Well, even if Thunderbird was not required, you still want he still could be required.
Yeah,
So you'd still want it anyway.
That could be a heck of a roadblock going into Great Palace, not knowing whether you have to pass Thunderbird or not.
We trophy caching in here. We are trophy caching in here. So this will be jump. Desert tile was a magic container, if in case I didn't say it. We did see Error get it.
So we haven't seen the grass spot in the west, and then we haven't seen the item cave in Death Mountain, correct?
Right, and we just found Maze Island.
Yeah, Error is, seems like he's taken a bit of an early lead as far as exploration and item finding here. Maze Island is a great place too, just because you get a couple of bonus items.
Did Error ever go to get downstab?
No, he didn't.
Well, AA has the note, so we're going to find out what the spell is in Saria. He'll show Bagu's note. The swordsman will say, you know Bagu, we'll get the hell out of here, and then eject him from the town by building a bridge. Kind of happens. That story is better when you're going the other way, Buzz.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
We'll open the bridge for you.
You know Bagu, stop name dropping, get out.
Was that a Wamboozle?
I believe that was, because we are on the Western continent again. Grab the mirror. What spell we want here? Let's see. We got Reflect. Well, we got Reflect and Jump. He probably wants Thunder. Fairy. And
Shield.
Life as a constellation. I know you love Shield, but it is Shield.
Yeah, Shield's my favorite spell. Oh, I was just saying that's what he wants. I didn't actually see it before you did.
No, I knew that. Brian's got
Love
the right
me a
idea
shield
about
spell.
Bagu, by the way. So if you're Error
Well,
here,
then get the hell out of here.
if you're Error, you're looking for a grass tile. You're looking for one other palace. We don't know what the third palace is on this side, do we? Well, we just see it now on AA's screen. AA's still hitting up caves, but he's found all the cave items, so he might be looking for I don't know, easy way back or a second entrance to Death Mountain. We know the first entrance contains Spectacle Rock. And this is either 3 or 6. So 3 or 6. One's on the east, one's on the west. That puts 2 and 5 on the western continent. On the eastern continent, sorry. I got this all backwards. So let me say that again. 2 and 5 are on the eastern continent. Western continent is 1, 4, and 4. And then either 3 or 6. One's on one side, one's on the other, and we don't know. Error finds the grass tile, and it's a candle. So, a lot of good items here for people, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're not making these master flags look terribly masterful.
No. I mean, boots. We both runners have to... well, raft is Error. I don't know why I didn't mark that. I marked everything else. Still haven't seen a good XP area because everyone's been avoiding everything. AA bangs into 1 up A's. Look at that. The grass tile is right there, right by 1. And he'll grab the candle as well.
See, that's great when it was only 1 or 2 tiles south of that road. So they were staying on that road, and just because they weren't exploring in that direction, they could have had the candle immediately.
So there's something Martin told me that I can't verify because I'm not looking as I stream either. We can see more than the runners see.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But I don't know. There have been a few times where we've questioned people walking right by a tile that's just on the edge of the screen, and they have not seen it. And then
if you're capturing their stream,
yeah, it's exactly what they see. It's exactly the dimensions that they see. So, but
yeah,
maybe if it's on console, through a capture card. I don't know. I don't know.
And maybe that's what he's talking about.
He can
Makes
see it on
sense,
TV. What he captures is bigger than what he sees on the TV when he plays, maybe. So
yeah, maybe there's a little bit of overlap if you're playing on an actual console. That does make sense. Because, yeah, I went and tried to do some screen scrolling on Zelda 1 on my console, and it's a different world than doing it on emulator.
did Error ever find Raru and get Reflect? I mean, my answer to that is no.
Error did not find Reflect.
There's the opposite side of jump. And, well, we have the candle, so now he's going to go, Double A is going to go through Death Mountain. And look what he's going to find.
He's going to grab the raft.
The what?
The raft. Raft. I don't know how to do it properly.
Yeah, well, no one really does.
Yeah.
So 3 or 6, we're going in. Let's see. If there's a key here, it's 3. If there's not, there's 6, and I may be making that up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought these rooms are very similar.
This is 3.
Because that key wouldn't be there.
The key would not be there. Yep.
So 3 in the west.
So it's a good set of palaces on the west. 1, 4, and 3, easily doable.
Now look at that, the first room, identical for 3 and 6 there.
Yeah.
The way that you can tell is by the key being available.
It was actually
a
P bag.
Which.
Yeah.
Also, this drop room here is a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Double Ace like, oh, this is Palace 6. See you later.
He's going to take the cave Error took, and he's going to go through, and he may find the Thunder Spell on the other side if he finds Thundertown.
Yeah, really, with Error here, he'll be completely done with the Western Continent if he can just find that Reflect spell, because then he would go straight into 4 and get that out of the way too.
Magic container in the desert tile for Double A. It's going to be one of many 500-point P bags on the eastern coast, in Eastern Continent. It's a 200. So thanks for that.
Nice work, Larry.
Well, no, I mean, like, thanks game for giving him the 500
Oh,
P bag.
sure,
There's
yeah.
100 of them,
Yeah.
and we decided to give him the 200-point one.
Yeah. Again, we do have Jump Spell. That's very helpful to have if you are looking for early XP, because a lot of them are blocked by Jump Spell.
That is a good question. What is the cost of Reflect? 97. So you need 6 and 1/16 heart magic containers to cast it. He is 1/16 match 1/16 shy of casting it. But he
And
does
there
get
is
Thunder.
Thunder Spell for Double A.
Hey Buzz. Kid, Water of Life in Hammer Cave, leading to the fairy.
Ooh.
That exists.
Yeah, that's a thing. And we are seeing a rare Rebo fight. No downstab. He could have had it, just didn't want to go grab it. It's really not as hard as it looks, though. Or as hard as you would think, I should say.
Kind of curious now in these Eastern Continent where things are, because Error did game over right about now in Exploration and didn't find much more. Oh no, he did find Maze Island, but he game overed on Maze Island right before we found an item.
Yeah, I believe so. Something drove him out of there. Yeah. And that's a bad game over there.
Thunder is castable right now though, so if our runners find a spot where they can easily take advantage of multiple Lizalfoses with maybe a town nearby or something, they might grab a couple. Probably not, because both these players are good enough to play this low level and get the levels as they get them. But the opportunity does exist to use Thunder to gain some XP if they want. 500 point
that's a
P
great
bags
way
always
to do
help
it.
too. Grab them all. See, there's another one. Let's get attack 4 now. So where Double A was the slowest to level when he was at 111 and Error had a decent amount of levels already, he is now in the lead in levels because of the
those
P bags.
Eastern Continent P bags are great. That's why I like to go over there early, because I mean you can get lucky and have 3 counters in the same area. Even if you have attack 1, it'll get you up to 3 almost immediately.
And there's our reflect spell for Error. We have some sort of like audio that's like fading in and out. It's weird. It's in this like weird stereo format in my head through Double A. I don't know if everyone else hears it the same way or if it's just me.
Oh, it's coming through his audio.
Yeah, it's like fading, like left speaker, right speaker, left speaker, right speaker. He does also get wamboozled in Maze Island before we find anything.
Yeah, we have more opportunities to say wamboozle than I would have ever imagined.
Yeah, master flags and such. Loud Goat says it's the same encounter. We're gonna get downstabbed for Error now.
Yeah, better get that before you go fight.
There, I have the audio very
Before you
low.
go
I'll
fight
put it up a
Rebo
little
again,
louder.
Pardon me. Okay, 8gem says it's a perpetual problem with Double A's stream.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the layout, 8gen.
Oh yeah, he's here. So let's take this opportunity to change this for a little bit and say thank you for the layout. I'll throw up the pink there just for him, for at least one town or two.
I should do it for a whole race.
Yeah, no, it would actually drive me nuts.
Just do it for the whole race every time Dig Shake is racing.
It would drive me nuts. But as soon as Error gets through this encounter, we'll take it down. But we appreciate the layout.
8gen appreciates it as well.
All right, we're done. So we're in 3? We're in 3. Error B3, right?
I don't think so. I think he kind of turned around, unless I blinked and missed.
He was fighting Rebo.
Yeah, he's going back in now. No,
Okay.
he game overed at Rebo.
Did he? Okay.
And now he's going back in to finish him off because he didn't want to face him again without downstab.
Okay. I just didn't want to make sure I was sleeping on that while I was looking at what Double A was doing.
So yes, we have the new Olympic sport, synchronized palace 3-ing.
Error is a couple rooms behind, though. Oh,
We
no.
have to be in the same
Oh,
room.
he, like, toe grabbed that ledge, Error, and managed to stay on. It was fun. That's another reason mixed small and large enemies can get you. You're not expecting anything, and all of a sudden there's a iron knuckle running at you.
Yeah, if they're running at you at full speed, they can get right on top of you immediately.
You swing your sword, and it, like, the armor activates and knocks you just the smallest bit, like, backwards. And there you go. Monkey toes, it's called. It's a nice pea bag. Gets him over to Cliff.
That's the.
So
Never mind.
that'll get Double A over to Cliff. So if Rebonak only gives him a small amount of XP, well, I don't think it mattered anyway. He would have passed that threshold at the fight. Gets him in the corner. Can he stay above him? And looks like he can.
See, that's your advantage for leveling up here, and getting that down stab. Even though Error knows exactly where to go and got in there earlier, Yeah. You see Double A burning through Palace 3 and taking the lead here.
I'm running with it. I'll give you full credit for the monkey toes. And there is attack 5. I got that on the right person, right? Yep. Error locks him down and also defeats him. How much was he worth, by the way? 500. Okay, so no big deal.
Yeah, it was a very large amount.
Well, he's going to take Magic 6, and he's not going to have enough to get over the cliff, and he's going to go back left here. Sorry, Magic 4. I don't know why I said Magic 6. But Reflect is still on their mind, so Error might be building towards being able to class Reflect, while Double A is just going to take standard attack levels.
Okay, so that's another thing that'll change it up. If he can cast Reflect, he can get out of 4.
I don't know if Reflect is castable at 3 or if it stayed at 97. Was it 97? I think it was.
It was 97. Yes, it was 1 point out of Error's reach, and I haven't seen him pause yet.
Oh, it was still 97 at Magic 3? Okay. Because that's what it was at Magic 2 as well. We'll see. Because normal cost of Reflect is 80 at 3. Normal cost of Reflect at level 4 is 48. That means it can only be as much as 72, I believe. So Magic 4 might guarantee he's able to cast it. If it works like I think it does, and probably not. Just waiting for him to pause.
Interesting.
He also looking for the
item.
item.
Was looking for the item.
Yeah. Oh, it went up really quick and I didn't see it. 51 at 4. Thank you, guys. What was the item?
That was a heart container.
Okay. I guess I could have saw that on his screen. So it costs 51 at Magic 4. So he can go get the last of these palaces on the Western Continent and be forever done here, unless he needs the kid or the Water of Life for any reason. That reason being Fairy, perhaps? Fairy's not required, but it comes into play a lot.
Especially with a Great Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Full-size Great Palace.
It's like technically Glove's not required, but it's used in almost every seed. Well, that's kind of like Fairy as well. And it has many alternative uses, even though they had the magic key, like getting the hell away from encounters and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a privilege, but I've beaten at least 3 seeds without the fairy spell.
Oh, well. Look at you.
I'm just saying that you don't really need it. Not Master Seeds, though. Never done that.
More rooms in the Great Palace means there's a few rooms that we normally don't see with short and Great Palaces that are Fairy required. There's rooms in 5 and 6 that require Fairy to get through if the palaces are arranged in such a way where the boss is beyond them. So...
yeah, if I remember the numbers correctly, I think Short and Great Palace has about 28 rooms, and the full size has 57.
yeah, I think that 28 can be randomized between, like, a certain number, not just fixed 28 as well. All right, and we have we're in 4 for Error, and we're back in Maze Island for Double A. So.
Yeah, so maybe we can see some survivability here and get a couple items.
Was this the encounter?
Both of them gamed this is the double game over encounter right here, and you see him casting.
Well, I think it was the stupid lever that popped up out of nowhere for Error, and this is 5 on Maze Island. Check the statue to make sure, and we know that was that 5 or 2. I'm sorry.
We don't.
Well, he hit the statue. I don't know if the jar fell. That makes me question. I don't know if he.
I took your word for it, so I don't know.
All right.
So he went back. No. Well, we won't know just yet.
Early Carrick here. He didn't have to explore that long at all.
Yep, that's a good thing, but that's a good thing, but also a bad thing because this probably won't get him over the threshold to get to attack 5 like he wants.
Well, there is the medicine. So Kid is in Hammer Cave. There's not much else that could be really... We haven't seen Palace 2. I believe we've seen the entrance to the Valley of Death. But we haven't seen Palace 2. So unless the boots are required to get the Palace 2, there's not really much of a way of like a trolliness kind of puzzle-solving seed other than finding the kid in Hammer Cave and Death Mountain to get Fairy because Fairy's required. I think that's the only thing that really kills us here. Spell for the boots. Maybe if it's the kid for the spell for the boots.
Now let's see. I was gonna say he was gonna grab the gem and just get out of there, but no, he Error jumps over the gem and looks like he's really interested in getting over the level threshold.
150 point Nut Knuckles in a very quick Carrick, so it's not really, you know, instead of going left back into the dungeon, you can just do this, and you know, if you do the 50-50 on the jar, if that's even a true percentage, you should be able to get to that threshold in not too much time.
Yeah, I'm convinced that's not the correct percentage. What's the max amount of jars you've gotten in a row?
There are the boots. I think it was like something like 13. It was crazy. But I've gotten my fair share of Knuckles in a row as well. We have the boots, so we have no more complicated scenario involving the boots.
Yeah, really, item blockage is not a problem at all in this seed.
No. Again, Fairy seems to be, on the top of my mind, the only thing that could be blocked by the kid in Death Mountain.
Yeah, that would be about it. But yeah, also, you know, maybe upstab, but again, that would be in Darunia. If we find that, you can get it. And it looks like that's Darunia. Maybe not. I don't remember.
Well, I haven't seen
really
New Casuto either.
Yeah, hard to get a firm grasp on the older overworld watching multiple streams.
No, on AA's side, that was Thundertown. Now with Thunder. So 1100 is Magic 5. Is it? Maybe not. I know Magic 5 costs more than Attack 4.
1100 is Magic 5.
He's putting a priority on Magic right now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. Alright, well there's the gem in 4 then.
So Error is most likely going to say goodbye to the West Continent forever.
Well, not forever, ever, because, again, the kid could be important here for Fairy. If they find themselves blocked in 5, 6, Great Palace, or if they just want it before attempting them. Let's see what the Water of Life Medicine gives us, though, on AA side.
Almost a nautical high five there, not quite.
Would you call that kayaking?
Yeah, sure.
It's a long walk and a long anticipation here for to see what the spell is.
And Error feeling okay with Palace 6.
Well, there you go. So there goes all of our hopes and dreams of the Master Flags being a complicated puzzle. It's just basically... And it might even be easier right now than any tournament seed.
That's what I was going to say. It does seem pretty easy.
Fairy.
Yep, that's the risk you take.
Let's see if he needs it, though.
That's the last room you want to see. It's a really... I mean, the odds are against it being required, but, I mean, I've seen it, you know. I just don't like going into places knowing that potentially you're going to have to turn around and go search for something so that you can actually get it completed.
And its Rebo has a lot of, quite a bit of health. We're in 4 for AA. He's got the spells, he's got the items, it's go time.
Yeah, it's pretty... I would call this a dead heat right now. On paper, Error would be a little bit ahead.
I don't know about that. I think Double A is a little bit ahead, just for the fact that he's got fairy and the boots, so he can avoid cave encounters. We don't know where 2 is, and having the boots may help that. And he's done with Maze Island, so well, not totally done. He hasn't done 5, but
I was just saying on paper, so like gem wise,
Okay.
basically.
our container for error
Yes, and there you go. So yeah, we know from seeing what Error did that the best possible move would be up Aing and going to attack the red iron knuckle in the front before you come back to Karak's room.
there. We got another way to go here for error. Avoid some blocks on his head. And is the item. We did not see error get this item, did we? In 4.
No, no item was seen in 4, no. Oh, God. That's great. I love it when Thunder leaves those guys alive.
Oh yeah, they hardly ever kill him. Unless you're... Because it scales with your attack levels. You can't seem to get the jackhammer through down on him. It's the cross.
Yeah, cross is pretty worthless at this point. It might help you out a little bit, but no, for the most part, no.
By the way, he can't cast Reflect yet.
Oh, that's a good point. I missed that.
I don't believe. It's 97 at 3, right?
Okay, that's part of the reason why he ran away. Oh, he's trying to get up to 610.
Fight anything and everything.
That guy's only worth 5.
With his bow tugger.
I thought those mouths were worth a 20.
I can't say what I normally say to you when you say that, so I just won't say anything. Let's see where we go. If this is the exit right here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Very, very not required for Barba.
Nope.
Very fortunate for Era. That would have lost him a ton of time in the spot where we are. Oh, and he tries a jackhammer and comes up short.
No, I think he's just kind of doing... Oh, he does do jackhammer. All right. I thought he was just kind of doing the multiple hits in front of Barba's beak.
And that is a beefy Barba.
Yeah, attack 5, too.
Jeez, look at that jackhammering. Very impressive.
And Barber down.
Jeez. That was awesome.
Would have been a 20 cycler for me.
Yeah. I think so. I think it would have taken me quite a while.
What's Eric going to do? He's going to place the gem. Again, the magic 6 threshold is pretty high now, so take what you can get, as Juno said. Magic 6. It's going to stack magic. We're going to be 5-8-3 going into Great Palace. Magic 4 now for Double A, which more importantly means he can cast Reflect and defeat Karak.
Yeah, Karak very close to the entrance, so he'll be out of 4 quickly. Unless he wants to get to that threshold, he might do a little bit more farming, but he walked right past the 150 red iron knuckle.
Has he even fought an iron knuckle? I think he was the first one to discover it. No, I don't know. I think it was Error who was the first one to discover it was 150. So the search for Palace 2 is kind of on. We know 5 is in Maze Island. I don't know if Error knows that, though. I don't know if he ever got to the palace and swung a sword on the statue, because he died prior on that encounter prior.
That game over encounter in the Maze Island was only about 2 tiles south of that palace, so he never actually got there.
All right.
Never found either of the items.
No, so he's going to go there now. Again, the items in there were the medicine, which was fairy, turned out to be fairy, and the boots.
So he's going to walk a long way around here, and we'll see if he prepares himself for that previous game over the way Double A did when he came back.
He's a lot stronger. Downstab. He didn't have downstab the first time, I don't think.
No, he didn't.
Get some revenge on the lever. That was personal. You could tell. And we're 182 out of 430. Hey, he's just going to place it. No big deal. They can both handle it. I'm going to be saying that a lot in the in any future tournament races that come now. Is whatever they're at, they can handle it. The only issue being we don't know where 2 is. We have not seen it.
I think we're going to find it very soon, though.
Well, Double A has every palace to do on this side.
Error's about to get the medicine.
There's the entrance to the Valley of Death, so...
Okay, directly north of the raft spot.
Yeah, walk around with the boots. Easiest way to get to it. Medicine Farer. And he is in 5. We're in 2 for, we've got to be in 2 for Double A, right? No, it's error. My bad. Sorry. That's what happens when I turn my head.
Yes. 5 for error.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the water tile. Haven't seen Palace 2. Haven't seen Darunia.
And Nukasudo either.
Haven't seen Ukasudo. Wow. So yeah, there's probably a... it seems like a magic doorway.
There's one of them.
Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, that's a nice little spot for it.
Guarded nicely by this lava. But we're going to go into a town, and we know it's a town that has a healer. So might as well just use almost the rest of our magic and go in.
And it is the mountain town of Darunia.
We have no kid. We can get upstabbed, though.
And we
Fairy
know that
was
kid's hiding in Death Mountain.
Fairy was Medicine Water of Life blocked in Mido. Sorry, Mido. And we get the upstab.
So yeah, the spell here is not really a concern anyways.
If you're Double A, you know that. If you had the kid and you can cash it in for life, you know, hey, why not?
Yeah, Great Palace might be tricky, especially with how low level we are.
But then again, you may not want to... They want to conserve magic. I don't know what the total magic costs are, unless I'm able to pause the pause menu. I can't really calculate Thunder plus Reflect, plus Shield, plus Jump, if they use Jump as well, so...
I mean, it's just Thunderbird. All you need to cast is Thunder.
Lava encounter on the lava tile.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to happen. You think you're getting a free 500p bag, and then you have to go into this encounter.
And there is Nukasudo. So, hey, listen, I mean, if you're here, and you can get the items, it's 7, by the way, 7 magic containers to get that item.
Brutal.
If you're here, like I say, get him. But then again, what could Double A really want? Well, he needs heart containers. He has four. He still only has the 4 heart containers. Heart containers being in 3 and 5 are the ones that Error found.
You know, I agree 100%. If you have time, go in there and get stuff, because see, and you get the spell, so he'll be able to do that. Spell, and it's really only 1 minute of your time, and anything that's going to help your survivability is worth that minute.
I mean, at 4 heart containers, it's probably worth a look if you're running in here with 6 of each and all the items. And
yeah,
Probably
It's
not.
gotta be. It's gotta be magic or a heart. The only scenario we have is
Flute.
to be the flute. That's
Yeah.
the only thing we haven't seen.
And
So unless we have bad luck, so yeah, that's exactly what you want to see, and it's very much worth your time. Cause yeah, 4 heart containers is definitely makes this game a lot more difficult.
and you don't have the life spell, and you're going through a full Great Palace. That could be very rough.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned Double A, his practice seed the other day. He was in the Great Palace. I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes. It was half of his time was Great Palace.
Fairy not required in 5. What happened to determine that? Did we loop and find both ends of that room? Because I was watching Yukasudo. That's slow down.
I didn't see the loop. The loop.
No, Jake Hoper said it though, so it's legit. Parched lady.
Yes, that's what she prefers.
Oh, he came in from the right.
Everybody's calling her lazy, but I mean, if she's dehydrated, it's a long walk over to that fountain.
He moved in fairy room from the right. Oh, eco key room. Okay. I was confusing it with a different room. Fire.
Yeah, he wasn't saying that. Yeah, he was just saying.
Yeah.
Came in from the opposite direction.
And yeah, there you go, Guma.
Let's see how these pros fight Guma. He's not even scared of him.
No, you just get in there, just get in his hurt box there, and just kind of stab at his chest. Fly over to the other side, get a couple double attacks, do repeat.
Ouch.
It's all right. Was that his last life?
This is his current last life, yes. He's still not scared, though. I'm always scared of Guma.
I'm scared of those lava encounters, man. I hate when they're like swamp tiles.
Yeah, be careful here.
Yeah, be very careful.
Yeah, good idea to cast jump to be able to get out of the vicinity of that morning star.
It's a mace, you stupid idiot.
I think you're wrong.
Let's place the gem. Let's move on. Palace 5 down, Farrer. Now he's got to look for 2. Still know what 2 is? Still know what 2 is.
Nope, have not seen 2 yet.
Up A, get all your lives back, and then go explore. He got the medicine container, but he never got the boots. Boots will be vital here for exploration. Question is, does Eri even care about the item? At 6 magic containers, 6 life containers, reflect spell.
I don't think so. I think he's looking... He probably... I don't know if he saw the entrance to Death Valley or not, but it was pretty easily accessible from the start. You kind of just like wrap around that area.
Well, could you wrap around on land? Because AA approached it from the water. Okay.
Yeah, you wrap around on land because that's where they found Thunder, was directly to the east of it.
Okay.
So really he just has to find 2.
Well, AA found 2, speaking of.
Yeah. And
there's
naturally I wasn't watching to tell you where it is. So yeah, the entrance to Death Valley is right to the left here.
It is highly possible, and I didn't see where he was running either because I was watching the Goomba fight. It's possible he used the boots to easily get to this area, where Error might have to start taking caves. I can't say that for sure, but that possibility does exist.
No, Blue Fox, the map doesn't wrap. It was just, there's there's a couple different ways to get to the Death Valley, what we were discussing.
Double A takes a death in in 2. Five heart containers, no life spell, and you get one room like that, and he's already down to under 2 life bars. What's gonna happen if he gets into a room with 6 Fockers throwing knives at him? It's gonna be tough. Well, both. I mean, both runners. I'm not just saying Double A, but let's see what awaits him. Oh, look at that lever, man! Come on.
Sorry to laugh, but I don't know. I think that's great.
Spells still left to discover are just that one that's left. What the hell is that?
We don't have life or fire.
Life is in Darunia. Fire was in Nuboru. We have fire. Okay. Double A got it.
Okay. All right, so, I missed that somehow.
Life is the kid, and the kid is in Hammer Cave. Nuboru had fire. And speaking of, there is Darunia. No kid. No life.
And see you later.
So he looks like he's in the area that Double A was in.
Yeah, I think Double A went down that desert tube. Desert Valley. We should call that something.
Yeah.
Something other than what you call it.
I like what I call it, though. Probably not appropriate right now.
There are kids watching.
A.M. Larry calls it the Desert of Love. It's a beautiful desert. There is New Kasuto, right? No, that's Nuboru. That was the last town we discovered.
Error is going to waste about 40 seconds here to get fire.
Let's see what Jay Coper said. Error went into Darunia and turned right around. What if upstab is required?
Ah, yes. That's very much a possibility.
And this will be fire.
The book equivalent for Zelda 1. Just utterly worthless.
Has uses, you just are unwilling to open up your mind and expand.
I just can't see why you would use it.
What you mean is fire is like a 1980s or later song to you, equivalent to you. It's utter garbage.
That's not true at all.
Look at this, man. That is right there. That is Eiffel Towering, if I've ever seen it before on Double A's side.
I'm listening to an album from 1992 right now, so.
Look at what low health Helmet Head started with. He only started with 2 bars. But he's still taking quite a bit of hits. I wonder how that scales. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's like your loading status bar on your PC doesn't matter what you're doing. It's just it doesn't tell you anything. It's worthless.
Well, there's his 4th gem for Palace 2. He still needs to do 5 and 6. 5 and 6 are both on the Eastern Continent. And there's our spell.
Yeah, the SPLL.
Yes. For Error.
So does that have 3 L's? Nah, never mind.
Error has a means to get Fairy, but he's done with the Western Continent, whereas Double A was not done with the Western Continent, so he could afford to go back and not truly waste time to cash in the medicine. But for right now, it's either Fairy or Life for Double A as he grabs the heart container with the spell.
SPLLO.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's good. Nice work, Cora.
7 magic containers, though. Can't find out what that item is. We probably won't, because there's really no use to. Well, we're going to see what's on this side. We couldn't see with Error, but AA has Fairy, so we'll go over.
Yeah, this is one of the rare points where having Fairy can be a disadvantage. Oh, especially if he's going to suicide. Yeah.
Suicide to Fairy over, and then
rough.
how do you get back if it's a dead end?
Yeah, that's rough. And there's some synchronized swimming from our runners here. One in lava, one in water.
This might come out the other side of one of the, well, like the jump area with the knuckle statue. Like this one right here. No, it's not. It's not the Reba fight. So there's a whole area beyond this, and it probably does loop somewhere else eventually. But he's going pretty far into this area, just because he had the fairy spell.
Yeah, there was. I did think that 2 was there directly south of that, the desert valley.
What, 2? Yeah. You're fortunate enough to have fairy, and you have to go through all these encounter screens. This is probably, we haven't seen the item. The next screen over is probably the item dead end room.
That's what I was going to say as well. Yeah, that's what it's looking like here.
Error found a heart container in 3 and 5. He didn't go this way because he didn't have fairy. But there's multiple ways you can go now. You can go up and down. Some of this loops. It's gotta. Yeah, see? Well, no, this loops into itself. Look at this. Watch this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, is it going to go up and down then?
Yeah, up and down is the same thing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's fun when that happens.
Time it takes to cast fairy, suicide, cast fairy again, beat Rebo, and then take the elevator ride, and you found out it was all for nothing.
Yeah, just really unfortunate. And again, it's funny to see it when we first see it. We're like, oh, well, he's in 6 without fairy, you know. And now we're like, oh, he has fairy in 6.
Yeah.
That stinks.
I think he has dropped 2 more times. This time and then 1 more. Actually, no, this time right now, where he is right now, I think this also leads to a dead end. And you guys are right, this might have been the item, Rebo, here. But then I think he has to go down 1 more. Yeah. Now it's all coming back to me. Because if I remember right, Error didn't fight this by pinning Rebo in the corner. He just knocked him off the horse. Heart container. Got to fall 1 more, and we'll find Barbara. Barba. I hate this room. Oh no, I don't. Well, no, yeah, I do, but I don't.
Yeah, no, this is that's not the Larry room. That's the fake Larry room.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was first, but he's in 5, not 2. Oh, he's in 2, not 5. I don't like that name, by the way. The other room should be called the Larry room.
Which room?
The one where somebody made jumps.
You don't like fake Larry?
No. So next screen over, Barbara? Quite possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
See where Helmet Head is. Always a good idea to take care of those stupid idiot Raws. And try not to scroll the screen so they respawn in mid-jump.
Suicidal Iron Knuckles.
Yeah, mix large and small encounters. Again, they make some rooms easier, like that one, because that's a pain in the ass, and with regular small and large being what they are.
I don't remember this jump. Maybe he went up. Error went up instead of down. So this might be another instance where we have bad luck for AA.
Could be.
Basically, Fairy forced him to play it the the best possible way.
Item room in 2 is either a flute, magic container, or heart container. It's the last magic container. Oops, wrong side. So, water tile undiscovered, 7 magic containers, and new casino undiscovered. That is either a heart container or a flute. And we never saw what was in the Hammer Cave in Death Mountain. That is the kid, and that leads to Life Spell. All process of elimination. How is a college basketball game 31-0? Or is that NCAA football tonight? I hope that's NCAA football tonight. I don't know why I thought.
I was going to say if it's women's basketball, maybe.
Louisville doesn't get shut out in men's basketball. Patino would have a fit. All right, it's football. I don't know. My mind went right to basketball right away.
It was like that Olympic thing, like, you know, China versus American women in the Olympics was like 71-10 or something.
So a lot longer on the fight here for AA. A lot longer, 6 overall. But he gets the job done. He'll be able to place the gem now.
All right, and yeah, now we have each of our runners looking for their final gem. So Error with a bit of a head start. Not head start, but lead, I should say.
I believe Tom Jackson is on Louisville. Or was. So we're going to take attack 7 here. So 744 before the last gem, and 664 before the last gem on Error. For Error. Error's been in 2 a long time here.
Yeah, in comparison to what AA did, it seemed like he took care of Helmet Head pretty quickly.
It just seems like a long 2 overall with the magic key and everything. There's a death. He's got a couple more though. Ferry over the bad encounter and enter 5 here. So let's see what we do.
There he goes. That was the mistake. Was that the fact that he went down instead of up? Or am I thinking of it backwards? Never mind.
Well,
yeah, he went down the first. No, I'm wrong. I was thinking about what AA was doing in 6.
Well, I believe that's the last possible dead end for Error here. He's fine.
Yeah, there's always 3 right turn dead ends in Palace 2. Taking his frustration out on
not
the
including the
walls.
ones, not including the elevator ones where they had that one screen dead end. Just
yeah, right.
throughputs.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm so used to those being dead ends, I didn't even think about that.
And here we go, Helmet Head. Somebody asked why are they not killing Blue Nut Knuckles in chat a while back, but they're only worth 70 XP. And it's definitely not worth the time, and, wow. Just destroyed Helmet Head before he even had a chance to do anything. We're going back. We're gonna get us some 98 XP somewhere. And now here's where the 70... well, no, we gotta get a lot more. We gotta get a lot more than that, yeah, because Magic 7.
See, yeah, he should have... Okay, so he's going for...
He might just take multiple lives.
Hang on to it.
Hang on? Well, no, not hang on to it. I think he's gonna go 6/6 whatever. But he might just get a couple lives here.
Yeah, okay, I understand what he's doing now. Yeah, that's a good strategy right there. Unless, of course, life 6 pops up higher than something else. But either way, it's going to be very close, so that'll give him the 2 levels.
See what he does.
So yeah, take life and then probably another life immediately.
Yeah, and he's got the number of the beast strats to 666. And yeah, we'll up A, we'll come back out, and we'll go into the full Great Palace. Thunderbird still required. There's the Desert of Love.
The slow motion desert.
Just like
Desert from the motion picture 300, which was shot entirely in slow motion.
it's like get the hell away from me, kind of a thing there. Well, we're gonna encounter Skip. So he's going north here. So does he have to get north out of this valley to then go around? Because he doesn't have the flute. Doesn't this take him to the area where the ex-wife is? Yeah, it does. Oh, he's gonna go. Okay, I see what he's gonna do. He's gonna look what the item is in New Kasuto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not a bad strategy. Free item.
No life spell. You want the heart container.
Yeah, just hope it's a heart container. Only a 33% chance that it is a heart container.
50. It's heart container or flute. Oh no, he's gonna get upstab. Sorry, that's Darunia.
Oh, okay.
Kid.
I thought we didn't see we missed the item in 5, the water spot, and the magic container requirement.
Magic container requirement, water spot. 5 was heart container.
I think you're wrong.
Could be.
But you're probably right.
No, I could be. I could have marked the 6's item in 5 spot. That's perfectly fine.
That's what I'm guessing, but it doesn't matter.
Easy work of Kuma there. The attack 7 versus what was Error at the time? Was he at 5?
Yeah, he was at 5.
Yeah. And all even up here. We're cashing in the water, medicine of life, whatever we want to call it. We'll just keep calling it something different every time.
Really, really great precautions before going into Great Palace. Getting your upstab and your ferry were the 2 things that could possibly block you from the large Great Palace.
The consequence of that?
Precise.
I mean, let's ignore the fact that it's probably needed. The consequence of that is you're not going to have that minute and a half, 2-minute head start inside of Great Palace.
But yeah, this is shaping up like we're Double A is going to hit Great Palace. Just well, no, he does have the boots, so it'll be about a minute head start for Double A in Great Palace.
And there we go.
Shine of love. Everybody always says the medicine water of life. Yeah, we just need to come up with something. We call it a 40 ounce. I should call it a 40 ounce. I like that.
Double A first because Error has to walk around. Not only walk around, he's got to take a cave first and then walk around.
Yeah.
So the boots in.
So yeah, it's going to be at least a 1-minute head start here.
Possibly.
But
more.
I mean, this. What a great race! I'm telling you.
It has
much more.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what people wanted when they said larger Great Palace. From what one of the reasons when I was looking on Discord, through a little bit of a debate, is because when you had the shortened Great Palace, how many times has it been the second runner inside the Great Palace has really won? And the percentage is really small. I saw a percentage, I don't know if it was factual or just like a made-up percentage, but in everything I've called, except for maybe Dig Shake Enchantress, first runner has always clearly won in Great Palace. But that race was so close, like Enchantress was very close behind. Kind of like this. So now it's all about finding stuff. You wake up to find 2 spicy chickens in the first honeycomb room. No life spell, and it's garbage.
Yeah, that's
guaranteed.
It's actually called Chicken and Waffle Room.
I'm sorry, it's Chicken and Waffle Room when you mix small and large enemies. My bad.
Yes. Spicy chicken and waffles, actually. Which really sounds good right now.
I have a roast beef sandwich downstairs. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but it's downstairs, and I really want it.
Popeye's Chicken opened a block from my house, but it's been a week ago, and you can't get
Lines
in there
are still outside, yeah.
An hour and a half, yeah.
So
I'm still waiting on that.
The technically only upstairs required room,
20.
we're going through it the right way. Go down the elevator and go into our theater room. There's no paths to take yet, Buzz Thunder. 4 rooms in.
Nope, it's completely linear at this point. And to make note, Error came into the Great Palace 1 minute and 10 seconds behind Double A, and Double A might have a slight little more of an edge just because of his life and attack level being higher.
He's in the fun room right now.
Yeah, this room is barrels of fun.
Another theater room. So we're just kind of going down, right, down, right, down, right. Spicy chicken and Fokker right there. Taking the high road here for Error. I think he's making a, well, that looked like a very inappropriate symbol he carved out in the blocks. Probably not intentional.
And
get through, Double A.
Oh
man.
Ouch! I don't know why he went that.
I know why.
Down route.
I do it too but it's mixed small and large enemies, so this could be it could be a Mew. But I hate when you got one shooting you from behind and the other one is not the jar. One shooting from behind and the other one's about to jump on you, the other Fokker. And yeah, it's not fun when that happens. So dead end room, we get to another fun room. We're gonna go down again.
Right.
So
it's our first option of the of the Great Palace.
Crap! I am marking the wrong map for the wrong runner. And we now have a second option. Well, elevator to take in the prior room, elevator to take in this room, and he can go right. He'll go right.
I'd just keep going right here.
I like the peek first. I like to know where I'm going back to, and we're going to have a third elevator up to the right option. This is not a loop, folks. It can't be a loop because of the way we entered the first of these rooms. And yeah, we're going to go straight. It's going to be a long way back if he has to recognize that he has to go up one of those elevators, though.
Yeah, peek is definitely worth it just because you can see if it's a left turn instead of a right turn and just scratch it off your list.
And now we are in full Great Palace mode as we've opened up even more options, one of them being a dead end. So does he go left here? Or does he go back up and explore one of the other three elevators? He's right here. He'll just go left.
I mean, it's only a couple rooms, but I guess he's just looking at shortest distance.
Dead end?
Ah, well, that helps his decision there.
It's something you can fall back on into. He's going to look for a jar. Now, after Thunderbird, or even before Thunderbird, you can be put down here. He'll fill up. He has no life to cast, so it's useful for shield and stuff like that.
And Error is going to do the same thing. Going to go down and find the double dead end, past up all the elevators. Oh, there we go. Virtual high five. Elevator high five.
I still like loving an elevator.
Oh,
but,
they weren't that already?
Yeah, but they weren't going the same way, so it didn't work.
Yeah. The Aerosmith 5.
We're not going to go up the first one. Well, actually, where are we? Oh, no, okay, we are going up the first one. I'm on the wrong screen, because they're both in the relative same area. So Double A goes up the first one, and it's a room to the left. Goes to left. It's going to get very messy, because a lot of these rooms are going to exist on the same horizontal plane. So the map's going to be all over the place. So there's a waffle room, honeycomb room. I don't see any chickens yet. Probably the easiest mixed small and large enemy waffle room, honeycomb room we've ever seen. Just ropes.
And Error is going the same direction, so he might catch up to Double A here.
It's another left in another fun room.
Yeah, I don't know. With all these left turns, that would almost make me want to go back and look at those other elevators. But again, I would have checked to see if they were a right or a left turn, just to minimize all this this left.
And at this point, it's a long way back just to check the other elevators and just to walk left and have a drop room or a short elevator that leads you back onto the path right. We are in the same room now.
Yep, we are. Error just took the lead with that death by Double A. But yeah, that again shows you the importance of another dead end. But like you said, you like to peek up in those elevators to see which way you can go, and that would have been useful information in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Did Double A even get it, or did he bypass it and therefore took the lead because of that?
I thought that he was on his last life there, so I don't know if he just turned around.
Oh, they're both gonna make their way through this honeycomb room, go back down, and then take. They have 2 more elevators to take going up.
Now, what a great race here! You can't you can't ask for anything closer because we've been, trading the lead incrementally since they jumped in here.
And while both runners have been running the same path, it is the Great Palace of the variety we want. Something where you get a few options and something where it's not quick Thunderbird, quick Dark Link. So AA finds the path right. You gotta believe that Error is gonna go up in this next elevator as well and find that same path. Gonna be really hard for these two not to be in the same room for the rest of this rest of the seed.
Wow.
Game overs will be one of those factors, or deciding whether or not to drop if they encounter something. Dead end. We have one more option.
Yeah, it's completely mapped out. There's only one way you can go.
Yep. So just like that.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to take is a game over to really turn the tables on this.
No loops or no nothing. It's just pure dead ends right now. We're going to go up, and we're going to go again to the left. So Error is a screen behind now, 2 screens behind, and here's a drop. But a forced drop because there's nothing else you can do. It's going to take us to one of the well, it's going to take us right above it because we love how that happens.
That's great.
It's like the North Pole. It's the only place where you can go south and be north. No, that doesn't make sense. South Pole. Oh, here's an elevator down. We have not seen any of those unique rooms. Well, not really unique, but the seldom seen rooms in the Short and Great Palaces, the one that require fairy and stuff like that. We haven't seen any hard chicken and waffle rooms, but this one is shaping up.
Yeah, this is okay, never mind. AA does have another life. I thought he was on his last life.
He grabbed the one up, Jake Hopper said.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Blue Fokker. That's not cool.
Oh. Yeah, that's not fun. Those birds don't play fair.
Now we got to worry about fire, and we have to worry about sword beams here. Let's see how Error handles this room. He's on full life right now. Oh, jeez. Can we make it so that fairy can swing the sword? So we can just fairy and just go up to the top? That'd be nice. One trick I don't know if most people know about, a couple people I told about, they didn't realize it either. If you cast Thunder, and magic is at a premium, if you cast Thunder, all the flames disappear for the spicy chicken.
Yeah, projectiles do get killed with thunder as well. And we had a dead heat there until AA gotten taken out there. He might catch back up though. This is a hell of a room.
This is not that bad in the second spot. If you can get in like Error's getting in right now and hope that that second, the Fokker doesn't throw a low beam like that and you caught off guard. Error's able to do it. Now you just go above him. Hope you don't... hope this is not the one with the magic jar and you spawn another red Fokker, but he goes over that. And we're moving on. A little bridge encounter here.
So after all that, Error takes the lead.
Yeah, it's deaths now matter.
Wow.
Yet another fun room. But not a lot of options.
No, 0 options at this point.
Might find the another theater room here. Oh, okay. I was going to say, how does that happen? But it didn't happen.
Yeah, that was a close call.
And we're in the Jackamus room, so we can go right or go down here. We avoid it on both ends there. What are we going to do? I would always take a peek down. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll come out through the fairy room eventually. But there's another room right there. So we're going to ignore that elevator in the Jackamus room. Defining moment. Double A goes down. He takes a peek and it goes right. That looked like a honeycomb room. And then he is going to grab the jar. What is he going to do? By the way, here's one of those fairy rooms. He's going to go through the same way, so we're not gonna have alternating paths here.
Yeah, they have the exact same strategy that they're pulling off.
Go right until you can't go right anymore, and then backtrack the first way.
Error having that slight lead. Oh god, what a fun room that is.
Oh, this is a fun room. Goes down. It goes down a few screens, and yet another theater room here. Can't tell you how many times I've died in that room that Double A is in right now, just by pressing down too much.
Right.
Well, here we go. Here's Thunderbird. So we've seen a lot of the palace, and we only have one possible area to go to. He's got to die, and here we go. If Double A gets there, he has no extra lives, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to up A. This is like a guaranteed up A.
And he can't shield, so he needs a red jar somewhere. He's not gonna get it.
Unless he's going to go back to that boss spot and try to farm blue potions?
He up-A'd with knowledge.
Yeah. You gotta up-A.
Last life here, though, for Error.
I know it's not nice to say, but to see a game over here and have them both start at the same spot with the knowledge would just be great.
Yeah, well, Double A needs that right now. We've seen a lot of the palace, and I can't guarantee, like I can guarantee with the shortened palace and my my shortened palace star that I have built into me, that we're 100% guaranteed to see Dark Link next, but it is a possibility. Again, there was one path left undiscovered, and that could have looped on for the remainder of the rooms left.
Yeah, we still have a lot of rooms, but again, yeah, you don't know which way it goes. I'm going to say we have at least, yeah, it looks like at least 15 more rooms that we haven't seen.
They could all be in off that one room, all looping within each other. And Thunderbird down, so what are we going to see in the next room? Well, we haven't seen the Enchantress room yet. We haven't seen the second drop room, I don't think, with the blocks. And here is the Enchantress room. So dropping here is a little bit dangerous, because we know that there's rooms we found prior that we have not dropped into yet. So we'll probably just go right. And Last Life can't cast Fairy.
Oh, no.
That is not good.
Wow.
No.
Wow. What a race. So this is going to come down to how quick Double A can get to and dispatch Thunderbird to see if he actually can take the lead here. Wow.
Error's got to get all the way back. I've lost track of where Double A is right now, but remember, it was off the first of the elevators, so the path back to Thunderbird is not entirely hard. We're going to drop down here,
yeah,
and then we're going to go...
This is the first drop room.
Yeah, and then we're going to go right one screen and go up an elevator, and then really be on the path to Thunderbird there, probably 6-7 screens away thereafter, with a couple elevators in between.
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk to Thunderbird, but we know the way. Because you have to go left and yeah. Yeah, he still has about 10 more rooms.
And this is the last drop, and then we're going to go left, because we're going to drop in above us right now. Left down, a couple rights, another down, and a couple more rights, and then another down. Okay, I thought it was quicker, but then I made a note, and my map begins again in another area of my paper, so it is a little bit longer than I thought it was.
It's going to be great when Double A kills Thunderbird right when Error is walking through the Thunderbird room.
Yeah, because Thunderbird is down.
Looks like exactly what's going to happen.
Well, Double A takes a death.
Oh, so, ouch.
Have to avoid too many of those. And, you know, with one more, then you have to start worrying about saving magic.
Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty much automatically down to your last life because you're going to be forced to take the game over to be able to cast Thunder. Not the, I mean the death to be able to cast Thunder, not game over. And this is the best room I've ever seen. Again, we're in round 2.
Yeah, both players have to go into it. I had a seed where I went to one room I hated, and I had to go through it like 7 times. I hated it. They're hoping this is the last time they have to see this room. Double A is going to take the high road here. Lag played a factor, I think, in that block breaking. So I think Error had the right idea here. You can pin and hit the spicy chicken's feet, and all you have to do is dodge the Fokker's low beam.
Yeah, you can just kind of stand there with him trapped and block those swords coming at you.
Oh, he got in there just in the nick of time.
Oh yeah, he was about to land on that fireball.
I think the fireball caught the edge of that block and stayed out of his range, but still, Error fell there. That's kind of dangerous. He'll go down. We're in a fun room for Double A. This was the easier of the fun rooms. I think another fun room, I think it's in this direction.
Yeah, the really fun one comes up here in a minute.
Error takes a death.
Avoiding the boss bot. And here's the down elevator option.
He doesn't know. Well, no, he doesn't know what Thunderbird is. That's where he died. That's where he up-A'd. I was gonna say he doesn't know where. Imagine he didn't know where Thunderbird was, and then he went down there instead.
Yeah, Error's doing the. This has to be the best way to get through that part.
Yeah, you just have to. All you have to worry about, because the flames are going to be trapped by the blocks, you just have to worry about where the beams are coming, high or low.
Very, very careful there with the fairy with Double A.
Again, I told you, I can't tell you how many times I've died there just because I was pushing down, reading chat, or because I was pushing down right.
Especially in a race like this where, you haven't seen your opponent finish it, you know that it's close, so there's got to be a lot of nerves right now, too.
Gonna go down a few here, go to the right.
Thunderbird in the next room.
And Jay Coper says he died that way earlier today in that room. Oh, no! Oh, okay, you got it off.
So Double A's going to have to take a death down to his last life and kill Thunderbird here.
Which is all well and good. Double A can clearly handle Thunderbird on his last life. It's the rooms beyond now that are going to be a factor. Because remember, every damage he takes, he can't regen.
Exactly.
So he's hoping for a flawless fight, so he can take all his life with him beyond this room. Let's get him set up for the pendulum, as Error is now making his way through the fairy room.
Yep, keeping Thunderbird in the right position. This is the preferred strategy. Don't do anything flashy or fancy. This is all about survivability here. So just yeah, that's about perfect from where he was there. Can't do it better than that.
No.
All right, and I thought that Error would be passing him up, but Error's still one room behind Double A. But he has a full gamut of lives, and won't have to fight Thunderbird. So this is
oh no,
virtually tied. Oh,
that's exactly the same thing that happened to Error.
That Wamboozle might be the race for Double A.
Estimating about 8 to 12 rooms left, Buzz.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He casts now. Error with the knowledge casts jump. Error does not have the cross and just got nailed by a Moa, I believe.
Oh man, he's down to his last life now.
So now we have to worry about Moas in this room once we get past this Fox. So we're just going to take the fairy and just go. Gonna take all the damage in the world.
Oh man, a bit of a failsafe, but that Faka hits him twice.
Gonna go through this bridge encounter. Man, he's hoping Dark Link is in the next room. Double A up A is there. So he wasn't that far. Oh, we have to go down in the Enchantress of Numbers room. We've got to go all the way back and deal with that Moa and possibly the Fokker. Oh, and the unfortunate Buzz Thunder there.
Oh, ouch.
We might have to deal with this Moa and the Fokker knocking us in the lava, or we're just going to constantly stab and hope of the Moa.
He's just hoping to hit him.
Yeah. Possibility the Moa doesn't spawn if you enter from this direction. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have flown off the edge of the screen.
This jerk right here may not let him jump straight down. All right, there we go. I heard Jay Coper talking about that earlier when Double A was practicing.
Wow.
Break the tiles and collapse the bridge and hope the thing just falls to its death, and then you can do what you want.
Okay, and after that fall, we have a post-Thunderbird option. Oh, wow, it's going to be really difficult for Error to survive here.
Where he landed, could he have gone left there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that... Oh, no!
Oh, wow.
That thing can't drop on him. Well, it tried to.
Jeez.
So we're going to go down. Go down again, and we're going to go to the right. And it's another honeycomb room. Nothing in the first set, which is good. Chicken in the middle.
Yeah, he's going to... Hopefully he'll just be able to jump over him without taking damage.
This one won't
no
chase
problem
him.
there.
Yeah. This is an easier of the rooms. Man, he is hoping for Darklink. Oh, fairy room. So this gives us another set of options here. Up or down. Remember, he left behind a possible way to go left as well.
Great news that he finds a ferry here, though. You have to take the ferry.
Yeah, he didn't check in the long corridors either for the ferry. You know, we walk through the hidden wall, and normally there's a potion in the statue, or...
Yeah, he definitely had an option.
Like right here. But there's the pressure of the race. Well, I have so many of those rooms. I never realized there was so many of those rooms. Oh, that's why there's so many of the rooms, because we just looped.
Because it's a loop.
We have to go left where he dropped.
A left turn after the Eon drop room is the direction, the only direction you can go.
So to quote Dig Shake, well, you wonder why we have short and graded palaces. This is why. How would a new player handle this? Like, I know we're all veterans now, but imagine first coming into the tournament and this was the thing you got thrown at you while you were trying to practice.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. I mean, well, especially with a lot of runners don't even map Great Palace, which I just find I don't understand it at all.
Photographic memory, dude. Some people are just amazing with remembering stuff. I can't remember I got the magic key one room after I got it.
Yeah, sometimes you have the hammer and you're walking around looking for it for a half hour.
Or the trophy.
The trophy, yes, I've seen that before.
Oh, double A. Upstab required. Well, if you go the wrong way, it is.
Yeah, if you have to double back.
This would be the worst Great Palace ever if he had it didn't have upstab. Imagine that. Oh, God.
That's the point that you get upstabbed and have to up A and go through the entire thing again.
I had to do that once, but it turned out I just didn't go the right way. But I thought I had to upstab. The only time I forfeited.
Alright, so with the left turn here, we are going to see a new area of the Great Palace, and we know that it is the way to go. So we're getting very close. I'm guessing down this elevator and one turn to the right, and you're probably going to see Darklink.
Imagine not having fairy. Well, you wouldn't have been able to get this far without fairy in this palace, because one room was required that you had to go through. But yeah, if you didn't have it and then you had to go back for it, and you didn't have upstairs and you had to go back for that, the misery on this seed exists, even though we had all the items early. And look at that.
There it is. All right. He is on his last life too, so it's still not 100%. You got to be careful with Darklink. Oh man, he's just stabbing him in the face though. That's the best Darklink fight I've seen, I think. And that looks like our race, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, good game to Error here. And hello, Error.
God,
Good
that
game.
was an
Very,
adventure.
very good game. Nice work, Eric. Congratulations.
He might not be able to hear us. Error, if you can hear us.
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. Good game, man.
That was a mess.
Yeah, that was a. I mean, I thought it was seemed like a pretty straightforward seed. So I don't know what you thought about the items that you found early on and when you did.
I mean, finding glove and raft and hammer and all those nice essentials pretty early, and thunder and reflect pretty early was pretty nice. But I mean, it's a master seed, and my SD card reader, one of the pins got bent. So usually I play on Power Pack, but I couldn't do that today. So go on Xbox controller. I haven't done it on emulator in a long time, and didn't know what my controller 2 inputs were. So a couple of times I had to look them up, and then I realized, it's like, I don't have to put this on the controller. I have my keyboard, so I saw what they were mapped to on the keyboard.
Oh wow! And then you probably had
It
a
was-
little bit of a input delay to deal with as well, getting used to that.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I had a couple of what I consider pretty bad game overs or deaths, but I mean, there were a few trolley rooms here too, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, to say the least, in Great Palace, definitely.
Before we talk about the Great Palace, when you were leveling, you were forced to take Magic 4 just so you can kill Carrick. Did that mess you up
Yeah.
at all, leveling for the rest of the seed? Or were you alright in your mind?
I was alright.
Okay.
I mean, as long as my life level was low, I mean, if I end up alternating life or alternating magic and attack at each gem, I knew I was going to end up somewhere around with attack 6.
Yeah.
Attack 6 is fine.
And I think I've seen you do this with less anyway, so perfectly capable of it. Great Palace, how about that?
I'm going to go before the Great Palace.
Okay, go
and
ahead.
say, brought up the here where AA is, but for the Great Palace, I had just completed my 6th palace, and I did not have Upstab, and I did not have Fairy,
Yes.
and so I was considering the opportunity cost of going and getting those 2 things, and which, I considered, maybe about a minute for each. And I decided that, finding out some of the items early was a great boon to me. So I figured, I could take the opportunity cost of 1 minute to go grab those 2 items. Or I could go grab Upstab for sure, and then go grab the spell in Fairy Town. Which actually was Fairy. And
Yeah.
you needed Fairy to beat the seed because you could not get the Thunderbird without ferrying over the gap.
Right.
So
that was a great idea that you went back and did that. But like you said, it really didn't cost you that much time because you went right there. You knew exactly where Darunia was. You went and up-aid to go back and get that spell. So and then ending
Right.
up, you actually had Upstab required when you found that loop and had to double back.
yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
would have forced you to up-A and start into the entire Great Palace another time if you didn't take that minute to go get Upstab.
yeah. Going without life kind of sucks because it's like I figure it's like okay, if it's Fairy, great. Then I'm pretty much guaranteed to be able to get through the Great Palace. If it's life, then what else am I going to use my magic on going full length Great Palace? The seed would have been a lot more interesting if the kid was required because.
Yeah, in Hammer Cave.
Kid was in Hammer Cave.
Yeah.
So, what was the second item in Maze Island?
Boots.
Boots.
Yeah, that only really ended up saving a little bit of time because from the entrance raft spot to the eastern continent, you could just go straight up to Death Mountain. But other than that, we never even saw the water spot, so it Boots didn't help a ton.
Right.
Yeah, you were actually
The water spot.
Yeah, I didn't see the water spot. It was either a heart container or the flute, I think. But you were the
Right.
you were the first one done with 6 gems, But since, like you said, you took the time to go back to do the upstab and get whatever was in Fairy Town, which was Fairy, thankfully for you. Double A, not needing to do that and having the boots, actually entered the Great Palace just before you.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how close it would be. It was a very long and pretty difficult Great Palace.
He got the
especially without life, and he doesn't have life either. So I mean, that's
yeah. he got the Thunderbird, no lives, no magic to cast thunder. So he up-A'd and had to go through it the second time while you were fighting him the first time. So you guys traded a couple game over, passed each other through game overs a couple times in Great Palace.
Yeah, that was the best Great Palace race I've seen in this tournament, as far as you guys doing little bits of jabs and getting past certain rooms quicker, and then you just kept swapping who was in the lead by like just a room or two, pretty much the entire Great Palace up until Thunderbird, where it kind of like spread out between. You could tell who was in the lead and who wasn't.
Of course, it turns out that taking I'll say smart path, but enter Thunderbird from left to right, you enter Dark Link from left to right. So, when given the choice, always go right. And it turns out that basically every right was a dead end.
Yeah, every right was a dead end, and like everything.
Did we explore every room in Great Palace?
I would have to count them.
Was there a choice I can't remember the end. Was there a choice that I had to make and went right at the end and worked?
There was one. There was one down elevator. That had a honeycomb room towards the right that you guys neither of you explored, so there might have been more over that direction.
The Jackamus room had it down that you guys never went down.
But other than that, there might have been about 6 rooms going that direction, but we saw everything else.
Right.
And that fairy room that just looped into itself, that was nice. That was a nice little dead end.
Oh, right. I did not go down that elevator.
Yeah.
But,
man, that was fun. It was a good race, and congratulations. And you are now moving on, and you will take on the winner of, I believe that's Unos, and whenever this thing decides to load, I'll tell you. I don't have
3 seed. Who was the 3 seed?
Jackamus. Yeah. Speaking of, it's the winner of Unos and Jackamus, number 2 versus number 3. So that should be fun. That's not scheduled as of right now. Next race is on Sunday, 2 p.m. Enchantress of Numbers versus Vonky. And that's at 2 p.m. on Digshake's channel. So
kind of a makeup race there, but real life happens.
Oh yeah, it went behind.
Good luck getting races done while everyone's on Thanksgiving holidays.
Yeah.
At least it's going to be done before December holidays, New Year, and AGDQ.
Right.
Might have a little bit of trouble in that on 100% old keys. Although it should be all right. Link to the tourney, sure, absolutely. And make sure you follow both runners as well.
I can help.
Thank you.
Oh, I linked to the Z2 tourney. That's not the randomizer tourney. That's the old tourney.
That's the old tourney.
That's the old tourney. I need to be banned for that. I'm tired.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right.
That was.
Is there anything you want to plug on your channel? What you're doing? Anything you're working towards or playing?
Not really. I've been kind of a casual scrub. Mainly just doing the Zelda 1 weekly race, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays. Show up if you want. Have a good time playing Zelda 1 until we die to Gleeok. But other than that, I'm trying to get back into streaming a little bit more. Maybe this weekend I'll play a little bit of everything that I've ever speed. Zelda 1.
Little collaboration stream.
Yeah.
Watch everything. Hold on 1 second.
Darkwing Duck asks who has won both of those Zelda weeklies, and I have a short-term memory, so I do not know. Actually, it was Darkwing. Darkwing won both of them.
I gotta tell you what, I watched Darkwing Duck play Dokapon Kingdom a couple years ago, like some silly Wii party game. He was speedrunning it. My God, he got me hooked on that game to the point, like to the point of obsession. And then he stopped playing it.
And somebody wants me to plug the Dungeons and Dragons game that I am currently the dungeon master of. First time dungeon master that's being streamed on Adaginos.
Yes,
on Wednesdays.
So you guys playing that last night?
It's a mess.
I know he was looking for somebody to make a layout for him, but how can you ask if you're the creator of a layout like this? How can you ask somebody else for a layout? It's just it's unheard of. This is beauty. But yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to take away from AA at this great palace. It's rough.
Yeah, it definitely is. He's having a hard time
watching.
Yeah.
Getting through here with your 3 lives without life is just hard.
No, and going the extra rooms the first time when you don't know like which way is the right path, and you're just you don't have life. You're taking chip damage here and there, and you can't recover it. And then you have to go backtrack.
Like the AA do is cast shield a lot more than he is, because what else is he going to use his magic on?
He actually
he's down to his last life, so he does need to save enough to ferry, but still.
He was abusing shield the first few times through. And maybe he's just feeling he has to back off of it now because of all the magic he's been wasting at points like this where he had to take a death abuse.
But anyway,
well, good job.
To play Zelda 1. There's a Zelda 2 tourney that's not the one I linked. There's another one that's going on right now. I'll be racing that tomorrow at 7 Eastern.
Good luck on that.
Highlander.
Good luck to you on that too.
Then this weekend, I may play a little bit of everything. Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ghosts and Goblins, Claymates. Yes, I speedrun that game. Never heard of it.
Claymates? I heard of Clay Fighters. I don't know if I've heard of Claymates.
Yeah, I've never heard Claymate.
And maybe finally take up a new project that not really.
Mystery project. Gotta tune in, find out.
I was telling everyone, I'm thinking about picking up Super Mario RPG.
Oh, very nice.
Because I can actually do 100 super jumps. Go me.
100 super jumps and the skip, wherever that skip may lie, is the only 2 things I know about that game. Watching people play it are like pivotal points.
Probably max skip, but anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That one.
This is a Zelda 2 randomizers. We'll need to be talking about all these other games.
Can we talk about that Moa that hit you off that bridge? That was invisible?
I was a bit salty. But then I also thought about, it's like, well, I was pretty salty that I game overed on that bridge without being able to check what was to the right. To the Bird Knight. But then I realized that the invisible mower would have probably killed me anyway, so I felt less bad.
Yeah, I liked when you came back into that room from the left side and you were just standing there stabbing in the air in hopes of taking him out.
I queued up Spell, and it turns out he never spawned, because he did. I don't think he spawned, because he never hit me, and I didn't see him get turned into a bot. Because I honestly could not remember if you could actually fall as a fairy. Because if you could, I would have just ferried and fallen that way. But I could not remember if you could actually do that.
I believe you can.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now I'm questioning it. If you don't know, I'm questioning it. So I'm I have to defer.
It's not something that's
right.
intuitive.
Exactly.
Not something. So.
Yeah, there was you got through the chicken. And I'm like, all right, cool. And all of a sudden, I just see you get bumped off the bridge, and I'm like, oh no. And I look at the tracker. I'm like, oh, you don't have to cross.
No wonder I didn't spell the mower, because he was actually spawned low from the left side of the screen.
Oh, okay. You probably just
I thought he was on the right side just because of where I got hit. But anyway.
Yeah, chat's telling us that you definitely can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really bad game over by 8gen. If you guys are still looking at that, because that was
Double A.
that was the Dark Link in the next room.
Yeah.
Double A, sorry.
And
I
no showing
apologize.
off on Dark Link because you know that.
Well, you didn't know if it would if it would have come back to hurt you.
First off, I didn't. As far as I knew, AA was fighting Dark Link.
Yeah.
That was an amazing Dark Link fight. Wish I could get that
I
in actual
was
speed.
yeah, I was gonna say that that was the fastest Dark Link I think I've ever seen. The one that you just did there. He just walked right into your standing stab like 7 times in a row.
I mean, there's kind of a new strat for that to make some of the hits more consistent. Still,
Yeah.
that was a good fight. I'm not disappointed.
I've seen Simple do that in his
I was just happy to go in there with like more than half health because I was out of lives at that point. Did not want the game over again. Especially since another game over, I would have felt like I was definitely behind. Because AA is a good player. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's really at that point. That's what it was coming down to: who who can survive and who has to backtrack longer.
Anything else about the seed? Early Magic Key was nice. Of course, Early Glove was nice.
I mean, yeah, we were
game over
saying
into
it.
Rebo Knack made me really salty. For
Oh,
when he got
yeah.
down stab. Because he was probably one hit away and I just died.
and then you left to get down stab. Yeah. So there was.
I basically left to get down stab because, because it took a while to take him off the horde. So I figured I'd just as well, explore the rest of the continent, which had flex spell.
And then both of
I'm
you.
like, I'm gonna go fight Carrick. I've got 6 magic containers. Really not that expensive. I'm 1 magic unit short because
Yeah.
it costs 97 and I could cast up to 96. I think.
And then, as Kool-Aid reminds me, both you and Double A took the game over on the same encounter in Maze Island just before that palace.
That made me kind of salty too, but. But then I decided to try and finish off the Western continent. Eastern continent wasn't that bad. I was concerned I might be flute blocked for a little bit. But there was a cave that got me to the other side of the River Devil. And then I almost forgot about that desert path through the mountains. Because I was concerned I might need to find another another cave. But
Yeah, we didn't know where Palace 2 was for the longest time. And Double A found it with the boots. When he had the boots, he walked around. But it just turns out like it was just... Eastern continent was fully accessible without the boots. So you got there too eventually. It was really...
Yeah.
It was one of the... With all the items you guys got early, it was one of the few ways that we can kind of play... How can we make the seed that much harder? It played on the boots blocking 2, that didn't happen. It played on the kid blocking fairy, that didn't happen. You guys pretty fortunate with items here.
Yeah, it was every time we tried to suggest, oh well, this could happen to make it harder. Then
Yeah.
immediately you would find the thing that would negate that.
Running through the flags, we're just talking about no extra keys in palaces, and you get the magic key. We're like, all right, well that doesn't really play in now.
well, as you can see, when the life spell is blocked by the kid and the kid's deep in Death Mountain, it turns Great Palace into... It can turn a long Great Palace into something
Yeah, this is a shortened Great
long
Palace.
and evil.
Shortened Great Palace, or the rooms were configured a different way. It may not have factored in, but
D-pad, the time was, yeah, there you go, 1:45. And here's the difficult fun room. We're getting close here, and yeah.
You guys did.
Double A, he has a lot more lives now, so it looks like he's going to get through it this time.
Yeah, we gotta go through Thunderbird, and we still got a little bit of a walk. We go down. No, actually, we don't have that much of a walk. We drop down, we go left, we go down, we go right. So, got to avoid this Fokker though. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna cast jump. Okay, that guy goes flying. Don't worry about the MOA. Clear path down. And one room right, I believe. Free the chicken? Kill the chicken. Very easy. Second honeycomb. And we have arrived. Get a little audio in here for this final fight. And there goes Dark Lake. And I may have lost everybody.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. No, I had to do something else. I tabbed out for a second. Man, that's such a bad Great Palace, man, for you guys.
Sorry for the terrible display after Error finished.
No,
it was a little disheartening to die to the Bird Knight and then watch him done on my way back.
You guys traded leads a couple times in that Great Palaces through game overs on each side. That was no life spell, man. That wasn't easy.
It certainly wasn't easy. But if I get to call out the one thing in this seed that was really salt-inducing, it's what happened to me in Old Casuto. I've never seen that happen to anyone.
What was that? I'm sorry.
When I got trapped by invisible MOAs and had 2 lives taken from me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I game overed on the East Continent when I wasn't done exploring. Didn't find Palace 5 when I should have because of it.
No, there was certain positions in this. You guys jockeyed back and forth a little bit, discovering things before the other person quickly catching up, finding more things, and then the other person kept finding those things and finding a little bit more. You game over to Maze Island on the exact same encounter just before that palace, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, and that's what got me, because like the hit I took on Maze Island, those things are tough to avoid, but losing 2 lives in Old Casuto set that up.
Yeah. Then that Great Palace was just you entered first, and then you guys all explored the same dead ends in the same path, one after the other, and then you took that game over. I don't remember where you took that game over.
Well,
oh, you had up A. You had up A at Thunderbird.
Yeah, I found Thunderbird. I had no magic for Thunder. I had to up A. I worked my way back. I beat him, and then I got killed by the Bird Knight on the bridge. And as soon as I saw that room, I'm like, there's going to be a Bird Knight on this bridge. I'm not going to be able to avoid it, and I'm about to game over, and he'll done when I'm on my way back. I was correct.
Yeah, and that bridge got Error first. as well. So it got Error, then you took the lead back at that point, and then you got it as well. Error found a invisible Moa later on that took a life from him as well. But
I never got the cross. So.
The cross was in P4. I found it when I was having to scour P4 for experience so I could cast Reflect.
Yeah, you killing everything and anything in P4 just to get to that Magic 4 so you can cast it. That was yeah. I hate when the game teases you. You were 1 MP away from casting it for like 3 levels. And then it's just like, all right, well, now I have to take Magic 4. That didn't harm you in any way. You finished 757. That didn't really upset your balance of leveling, did it?
I mean, it kind of did as it turned out. Like, 757's usually okay, but the ridiculously high cost of Fairy was definitely what made me lose in Great Palace. Because if Fairy was cheaper, then that would have solved so much, because I had to Fairy would have let me live stuff. Fairy would have let me get through the Fairy room without having to have a full chunk of magic. Ugh.
Yeah, and you didn't have to take the up A and the Death Abuse the second time I think around at Thunderbird, leaving you 1 life short, which led to another game over thereafter. You definitely would have been able to sustain a little bit more, a little bit longer afterwards. But yeah, I mean, listen, you guys did Master Flags. Kudos to you, and we finally got a Great Palace to watch that actually act like a full Great Palace.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for much more from a race when you're looking at when Great Palace passing up each other, entering at only 1 minute and 10 seconds apart. It was just about perfect for the racing scenario that we're looking at here.
Maybe not for the racers who are.
Well, no, but for me,
but for us, yeah.
Looking at the outside in, yeah, that was incredible.
All right, so unfortunately, AA, this is going to knock you down to the bonus bracket. You are going to face, I believe it's what number are you up here? You are match 65, so you're gonna.
It'll be either Dig, Shake, or Buzz.
Buzz, yeah, the Dig, Shake, or Buzz in the next round. In Error, like we said, you're going to take on the winner of Jackamus and Unos, and that is actually the final of the winners bracket. So, good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for that upcoming race, it's not official yet, but I believe Dig, Shake, and I are probably going to face off Saturday afternoon at some point.
Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday we have Vonky versus Enchantress of Numbers. That's 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Dig Shake's channel.
Yeah, so if I'm facing Dig Shake, he's a pushover, so I'll see you in a race pretty soon,
Wow.
AA.
The words that are exchanged between you two are endless.
I look forward to playing you, Buzz, but I'm going to prepare for Dig Shake.
All right, I appreciate your realism.
It's real talk with AA right now. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I'm gonna have to wrap this up here. I have to get going over to the wrestling side of things. My co-host is patiently waiting for me, but thank you very much for the entertaining race, and good luck in your future races, and if you're in 100% all keys, and whatever you're doing on stream. So thanks a lot, guys.
Have a good one.
You too. And Buzz, thank you.
Thank you very much, Larry. It's been a pleasure. It always is a pleasure, and I hope to see you next.
Absolutely. Let's follow the runners, and let's remember that the randomizer brackets can be found there. You can find the brackets mostly up to date, except for this race, and you can link there and find the schedule of past races where you can link to the video on demands, either on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on how the person did it, and you can watch prior races as well. Buzz, thanks again. Thanks everyone for hanging out. And we'll be back. We'll be back soon. I'll be back on tonight at some point if anybody cares. So, see you later.